If you want to improve your flexibility, did you know that there's actually a better way to do it than stretching? If you didn't, then stick around because this video is going to reveal what that way is and how you can do it at home. If you don't know who I am, my name is Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties specialist physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today I'm going to be revealing a better way than stretching to improve your flexibility. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to do this in just a moment, but before I do, I just want to let you know that the techniques in this video are not suitable for everyone. Make sure you get checked out by your doctor before you give them a try, and if they cause you any pain, just avoid them. Anyway, let's have a look at this way to improve your flexibility now. When most people think about improving their flexibility, the first thing they think of is stretching. And stretching is a great way to improve your flexibility, but I would argue there's a way that's better. Now, the way I'm talking about today is called eccentric strength training. Now, eccentric strength training is basically trying to strengthen a muscle in a way that it's contracting whilst getting longer. So if you look at my bicep right now, this is an eccentric contraction because it's contracting, but the muscle is also lengthening. Now, if you look at my legs, this is an eccentric contraction because I'm contracting my quads, but the muscle is lengthening as it's controlling me down to the floor. And you might be thinking, well, strength training, surely that just makes you tight. And that's actually a myth. So if you're strength training correctly, and particularly if you're using eccentric exercises, your muscles will actually get longer as well as getting stronger. And this is why this type of training might be better than stretching, because when you stretch a muscle, yes, it gets longer, but it doesn't get any stronger. And sometimes if you just stretch and stretch and stretch, you can actually get weaker. Now that isn't going to be a problem with eccentric training because you're going to get longer and stronger muscles at the same time. So this is how you improve your flexibility in the most time efficient way because we're going to get stronger as well. And in today's video, I'm going to give you 3 exercises that are eccentric strength training, which will also help you to stretch tight muscles or lengthen tight muscles at the same time. So the first muscle group we're going to work on is the hamstrings, because the hamstrings are an area of the body that get really tight for many people. People always ask me about hamstring stretches and how to improve their flexibility, and you can stretch them, but this might just be better. So the exercise we're going to do today is called the Romanian deadlift. And to show you this exercise, I'm going to use a stick, but ideally, if you're confident enough, you can use a barbell with a bit of weight. If you're just getting started, the stick is absolutely fine, just to get a feel for the movement. So this is how the Romanian deadlift looks. You're going to stand with the stick or the bar in your hands, and you want it resting on the front of your thighs like this. We're going to keep a really nice straight spine as we do this exercise, and we're just going to put a 5-degree bend in the knees, so a very soft knee. We're going to keep a nice straight back throughout, and as we do so, we're going to slide the stick down the front of the legs while sticking your bottom out without bending the knees any further. And we're going to go down as far as we can until we start to feel a real stretch in the hamstrings. Now you can see here, because I'm in good position, my form is good, I can feel a stiff hamstring here. So my hamstrings start to feel tight just as the bar crosses my knee. I'm going to hold for a second and then I'm going to bring the movement back up a little bit quicker than how I went down. So I'll show you again. So we're going down to the count of 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold the stretch just for a second and then we're going to bring it back up again. Simple as that. We're going to go down, stick that bottom out, keep the knee bend constant, wait for the stretch, feel it, and then come back up again. Now, if I had weights at either end of the bar, the nice thing about that is as I'm coming down, my hamstrings are having to contract harder to control the movement because it's my hamstrings that are helping me to lower down. And then when I get to the bottom, they're in a stretched position, and that contraction to start pulling them back up is what's going to make them stronger as well as longer. So for the Romanian deadlift, because you're doing it very, very slowly, you actually don't need to do loads of repetitions because your time under tension is very long. So I'd recommend doing somewhere in the region of 5, maybe up to 10 repetitions in a row. Do 3 sets of that in a row with about a minute to 90 seconds rest between them. And that is going to lead to much more flexible hamstrings over time. Before we go any further, I just want to tell you about 3-Tip Friday. 3-Tip Friday is my weekly email that I send out to my list, and it features 3 of the most interesting things I've found that week. It could be a health tip, it could be a piece of research I'm reading, or it could be a new tool that I've found to be really useful for helping people get more mobile. It's totally free. I just send it out once a week. There's no annoying promos inside, and you can sign up for it by going down below this video and entering your email in the 3-Tip Friday link. An important thing for me to mention here is that eccentric muscle strength training is very taxing on the muscles. So this is not the sort of thing you can do every single day. You're probably going to need to take at least 48 hours of rest in between your workout days, especially with the same muscle. And you might feel that there's quite a bit of muscle soreness in there the next day or the day after that. Don't worry about that, that's quite normal and it's a good sign. It means that you're laying down new muscle, but just be prepared that you'll feel much more the next day than you would if you've just stretched it. The next muscle we're going to work on today are the calves. And I love calf stretches because they can really help to take pressure off the knee and the foot and the ankle as well. But if you don't want to stretch your calves and you want to use the eccentric training method instead, I've got a great exercise for you here. So all you need for this is either your bottom step on your staircase or a little box step like this one, and something just to hold onto to keep you safe. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to stand on the edge of the step with both of our heels hanging down off the step. Make sure you're holding on for safety as you do this. So the first thing I want to ensure is that my heels are dropping down far enough so that I can already feel a stretch in my calves. So right now, because my body weight's pulling me down, I can feel that stretchy sensation, which already is going to help me improve my flexibility. But this is how the exercise looks. So we're going to go up like this, using the toes on both feet as high as we can. And then we're going to take one of our feet away, and using just the other one, we're going to slowly lower the heel down to the starting position. And there, I can feel that stretch again now. When I'm down at the bottom, both feet go back on. I go up on 2, take that one away, and then very slowly down on 1. And the reason I'm making it harder for myself on the way down by just using one foot is because when you're using just an eccentric muscle contraction, it's beneficial to use as much load as you can handle. So if you can take your whole body weight on one foot, you're going to get a much better effect on both your strength and your flexibility than if we did it on 2. So I would recommend doing 10 on one side, then doing 10 on the other, so going up on 2, then taking this one away and slowly lowering down on the left. And that would be a brilliant routine for improving flexibility and strength in your calves. Now you're going to do 3 sets minimum of this when you do it in a session, and as I said, probably 48 hours rest between sessions. Now if you can't do that, or you don't feel happy going on to one leg, you can do the basic version of this exercise, which is just to start in the stretch position, go up on 2 and then down on 2. That's totally fine. It's just you won't get as rapid results as if you were just loading on one leg. However, I know not everyone has the strength to do the up on 2, down on 1. So doing it up on 2, down on 2 is also absolutely fine. So do what works for you and make sure you're feeling the stretch at the bottom of the movement, and it will get more flexible as a result. The final area we're going to use this technique for is the shoulder. And this is an area that's close to my heart because of all of my past shoulder injuries. And this is an exercise I use myself to improve the flexibility of my shoulder. So what we're going to be working on are the rotators of the shoulder, specifically the lateral rotators. We're going to be lengthening and strengthening the lateral rotators with a nice easy exercise called supported rotation. So this is how it looks. We're going to sit on either the floor or on a bench like I am now, with one leg up here like this. We're going to have a small dumbbell which you're going to hold in your working hand, and we're going to have the arm locked against the leg like this. So we're going to do that holding the dumbbell. So we're going to start like this. Bear in mind you need quite a small dumbbell to make this work, and you're going to use your good hand, or the one that's not being worked, to lift the other one up to here. Once you get here, you're going to let go And this one is going to very slowly control that downward movement to about the count of 4 or 5 seconds, as far down as feels comfortable. That's about the limit there. So I'm going to take my other hand, help it back up, let go, and then slowly rotate it down. Now I've chosen quite a heavy dumbbell to do this with, and instantly I can feel those muscles having to work quite hard. I mean, for me, this is 4.5 kilos, and that's probably about the right weight for me. So most people are going to be wanting to use quite a bit less if they've never done this before. So even just like a tin of beans or something works well, just to give you a feel for the movement. And we're not looking for loads and loads of repetitions here. If you can do 5, 6, maybe 8 of these in a row, you're going to start to feel a working ache here. And this is a great exercise to strengthen and lengthen as well. So you do your set of 5 to 8, you put the dumbbell down, shake it off, have a rest, repeat 3 times over. Definitely give yourself 48 hours rest before you do it again, but it's going to give you much more flexibility and strength than if you were just stretching that muscle out. So that is the proven best way to improve your flexibility without having to engage in boring stretching routines. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, do drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts, because I love to read them. And if you want to get more from me, you can pick up a copy of my book. It's called Thriving Beyond 50, and you can find it on Amazon using the link below. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and I'll speak to you on the next video.